Hi everyone, you're welcome to today's class, and today we'll be learning how to draft a perfect Princess Bustier. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. The required measurement needed is the bust, the underbust, the waist, the half length, the hips, the bust point, the shoulder to underbust, and the nipple to nipple measurement. So we'll go straight to the point right away. So this line here is a guide. We'll be starting our measurement from there. Next we'll be inserting our vertical measurement, which is the shoulder to the bust point. The shoulder to the bust point I'm using is 10.5. We have the shoulder to the under bust, which is 14 inch. Then we have the half length, that is shoulder to the half length, which is 17 inch. I'll be making the same thing on the other side so that I'll be able to draw a straight horizontal line. So I'll be labeling this point the bust point. Here we have the under bust and we have the half length. So the next I'll be doing is to insert my shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm using is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So I'll be marking it at this point. I'll be marking the same 7.5 at this point, so I'll be able to draw a straight line. Then I'll be coming down by 1 inch from the 7.5 point for the shoulder slope. Here I'll be measuring my armhole depth, which is 8 inch. So I'm going to be connecting these 2 points together using a straight line. So this point here is going to serve as the chest line. The next thing we'll be doing is to insert the neck width and the neck depth. So the neck width I'll be using is 3.5 and the neck depth I'll be using is 3.5 also, but you can use whatever neck width and depth you like. Next I'll be connecting the 2 points like this using a curve. The next I'll be doing is to connect this point to this point for the shoulder slope using a straight line like this. The next I'll be doing is to insert my bust pan measurement, which is also the nipple to nipple measurement. So the nipple to nipple measurement I'm using is 7.5 divided by 2 is 3.75. So I'll be marking the 3.75 at this point and also at this point. And I'll be connecting the 2 points together using a straight line. So the next we're going to be doing is to insert the cup size, that is the dart will be taken to tighten the underbust, and in doing that we'll be using this formula. The formula I'll be using is bust minus underbust divided by 2. So the bust I'm using is 34 minus underbust of 30 divided by 2. So here we have 4 divided by 2, which is equals to 2. So we are going to be using 2 for this. But if your answer here is more than 3 inch, that means the cup size will be too much, because this formula does not work for all sizes. You can use this other formula, which is shoulder to under bust minus shoulder to bust point minus 1 or 1.5 inch. So the shoulder to under bust I'm using is 14 minus shoulder to bust point 10.5, which is equals to 3.5. So I'll be minusing 1.5 from it, which is equals to 2 inch. You can see the answer is still also within the range. So I'll be taking out 2 inch from the half length and the underbust. So I'll be drawing a straight line like this. The next I'll be doing is to come down by 1 inch from the bust point, and also I'll be going up by 1 inch. This is done to leave room for the bust to fit in well. Next I'll be connecting the under bust to the 1 inch point we came down using a curve like this. So this is what we have. So the next thing we'll be doing is to come down by 3 inch on the armhole line. So we'll come down by 3 inch from this point like this. Then we'll connect that point to 1 inch above the bust point using a straight line. I'll just extend this line a little. Then I'll connect the 2 points together using a straight line. So next we'll be taking out 1.5 inch for the armhole darts to tighten the armhole. So we'll take out 1.5 inch for the armhole darts, then we connect it back to 1 inch above the bust point using a straight line also. So next we'll be doing is to replace this 1.5 inch dart, because if we should leave it like this, after sewing the armhole is going to be small. So we are going to be replacing the 1.5 inch that we took like this. Then we'll connect like this. So the next thing we'll be doing is to blend this part to eliminate that sharp point. So now we are going to be inserting the bust and the waist measurement, and in doing that we'll be using the bust allocation method. That means the front and the back bust will not be the same. I noticed that whenever I divide the front and the back equally, I always have a funny shape on the side, and when joining the front to the back it is always short. So with this bust allocation method, it's going to fit in perfectly. So to avoid having issues like this, I'm going to be using this formula to calculate the bust. So the formula I'll be using is bust divided by 2 plus 1.5. This is going to be for the front. So the bust I'm using is 34 divided by 2 is 17 plus 1.5, we have 18.5. So I'm going to be dividing this 18.5 by 2 for the front. So I'm going to be having 9.25. So I'll be using 9.25 for the front. Then for the back, we'll be using bust divided by 2 minus 1.5. So our bust divided by 2 is 17.5 minus 1.5, which is going to give us 16. So this 16 divided by 2 is 8. So we'll be using 8 inch for the back bust and 9.25 inch for the front bust. So we're going to be inserting the 9.25 inch on the chest line like this. For the waist, we'll be dividing the waist by 4. The waist measurement I'm using is 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. So I'll be inserting the 7.75 on the waistline like this. Then this 2 inch I took out for the dart, I'm going to be replacing it at this point like this. So I'll just extend the line. Then next thing I'll be doing is to connect the chest line to the waist using a straight line like this. So the next I'll be doing is to redraw the front armhole. So this is how the front armhole will look like. So we are going to be cutting off this part and also this part. So next we'll be going over to draft the back. So this part here is going to be serving as the zipper allowance. Then the next I'll be doing is to insert my shoulder measurements. The shoulder measurement for the front and the back is the same thing. So I'll be inserting the same 7.5 at this point like this. And I'll be marking the same thing here, so I'll be able to draw a straight horizontal line. Then from this point I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I'll be inserting my armhole measurement, which is still 8 inch, the same thing I use for the front. Then I'm going to be drawing a straight horizontal line like this. So next I'm going to be inserting the neck width. The neck width for the front and back is the same, so I'll be marking 3.5 for the neck width and 1.5 for the neck depth. I'm going to be connecting the 2 points using a curve like this. So next I'll be drawing my shoulder slope using a straight line like this. So here we have the chest line. So the next we're going to be doing is to insert our bust measurement. So the bust measurement we'll be using is 8 inch. Remember we said the bust is 16 divided by 2 is 8 inch. We'll be inserting the 8 inch on the chest line like this. So next we are going to be inserting the waist measurement. The waist measurement I'm using is 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. We'll be marking it at this point. Then we'll be adding 1 inch for the waist dart. Next we're going to be connecting the waist to the chest line. So next we're going to be taking out the waist dart line. We're having this slant line because of the waist that we are taking in, but after sewing it, it's going to come back to normal. And in taking the waist dart, we are going to be inserting our nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.75. We'll be inserting it on the waistline and also on the bust point line. Then we will connect using a straight line like this. Next we'll be taking ½ inch on both sides like this. Then we'll connect to the bust point using a straight line like this. So the next thing we'll be doing is to draw the armhole, and we'll be drawing the armhole like this. So this is what the back should look like, but the back should be 1 inch shorter than the front because the front and the back is not always the same. So we'll be adding our allowance on the sides like so, and also on this point and this point. Next we'll be doing is to cut. So here we have the front. The center part should be cut on fold, while this part will be cut differently, that is 2 pieces, and here we have the back. So if this video was helpful to you, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thank you.